Perhaps the most unsettling question of all is this: why does the body react as if there were danger? When there is no danger, nothing happened. Nothing is wrong. Nothing is threatening you. And yet, your heart speeds up. Your breathing changes. Your muscles tighten. Your mind becomes alert, as if something were about to happen, as if the system were bracing for impact. This reaction can appear suddenly, in a quiet environment, during an ordinary conversation, or even in silence, without any clear reason, and that creates a strange sensation, a feeling of invisible threat, a sense of undefined risk, a sense of danger without explanation. But there is a clear answer to this. The brain does not need real danger in order to react. It only needs signals, subtle signals, incomplete signals, ambiguous signals. There is a scientific concept that helps explain this phenomenon. That concept is called neuroception. Neuroception is the automatic ability of the nervous system to detect safety or threat without thinking, without deciding, without awareness, before you even notice, before you interpret, before you understand. The body has already reacted. This mechanism has been described in neuroscience as part of the regulation of the autonomic nervous system, and it operates all the time, in silence, in the background of experience, without asking permission. Think about something simple. You walk into a new environment. Before you observe details, before you speak, before you analyze, the body has already evaluated, safe or dangerous, familiar or unfamiliar, predictable or uncertain. That evaluation happens in milliseconds, long before awareness, long before logic, long before reasoning. This happens because the brain works through prevention. Prevention always comes before confirmation. Notice an important detail. The nervous system does not seek truth. It seeks safety, and when there is doubt, it chooses protection, even when that protection is unnecessary, even when that protection is excessive, even when that protection is uncomfortable. Consider something that many people do not realize. The body can react to the environment, even when the mind believes everything is fine. That difference creates a confusing experience, a sense of threat without explanation, tension without a reason, vigilance without danger. This phenomenon is common, and it has biological logic. The brain interprets patterns. If an environment seems unpredictable, the system increases vigilance. If a sound seems unusual, the system increases attention. If a situation feels uncertain, the system increases preparation, not because danger exists, but because possibility exists. Here is something essential. The sensation of danger does not mean danger is present. It means the system detected uncertainty, and uncertainty activates protection. This mechanism is fast, automatic, invisible, and extremely efficient. For millions of years, it saved lives. But in modern environments, it can remain active for too long. Imagine something simple: an unexpected noise, an unexpected message, an unexpected change. These small events can activate the system, even when they represent no real risk, because surprise is interpreted as potential threat. There is another important detail here. The brain learns through repetition. If difficult experiences happened in the past, the system becomes sensitive. If there were periods of pressure, the system becomes vigilant. If there were moments of uncertainty, the system becomes prepared. That learning creates a state called adaptive sensitivity, a state in which the brain responds faster, stronger, earlier. That state is not a defect, it is protection, and this changes the way we interpret the experience. You are not exaggerating. Your system is reacting. You are not weak. Your system is prepared. You are not anxious. Your system is detecting. Consider a sensation many people recognize: the feeling of danger without a cause, without an event, without a threat, without an explanation. That sensation may appear in the body as tension, as restlessness, as alertness, as discomfort. but it does not appear in logic, because logic has not yet received information. This phenomenon is called perceived threat, a physiological reaction based on prediction, not on reality. Notice something important. The brain prefers to react too early, rather than react too late. This preference is called safety bias, a fundamental principle of survival. Reacting early may feel uncomfortable. Reacting late may be dangerous. That is why the system chooses anticipation. Think about something simple. If you have lived through unpredictable situations, the brain learned vigilance. If you have faced unexpected changes, the brain learned readiness. If you have had to react quickly, the brain learned protection. That learning remains, even when the situation has changed, even when life has become stable, even when the environment is safe. Here is an essential detail. The brain does not react to the present. It reacts to history, and history creates prediction. Prediction creates preparation. Preparation creates the sensation of danger. There is another important concept here. That concept is called body memory. Body memory means the body learns experiences and continues reacting based on them, even when the mind has forgotten, even when time has passed, even when the context has changed. That memory is not emotional, it is physiological. Consider something many people misunderstand. Feeling danger does not mean you are in danger. It means you are prepared for danger. And prolonged preparation creates tension. There is a detail that completely changes the way we understand this sensation of danger. The brain was not designed to be precise, it was designed to be fast. Accuracy comes later, speed comes first. This is because throughout evolution, reacting quickly increased the chances of survival. When there was doubt, the system reacted. When there was uncertainty, the system prepared. When there was possibility, the system protected. That pattern created what science calls the threat detection system, a network of brain structures responsible for identifying risk. Among them, the amygdala, the brainstem, the autonomic nervous system. These structures work together, in silence, at extreme speed, without depending on awareness. Think about something simple. You hear an unexpected sound. Before you understand what happened, the body has already reacted. Your heart speeds up, your muscles tighten, your attention increases. This process happens in milliseconds, long before logic, long before analysis, long before decision. That is because the brain works through prevention. Prevention always comes before explanation. There is another important concept here. This concept is called a biological false positive. A biological false positive means reacting to a danger that does not exist. But reacting too early is safer than reacting too late. That principle explains why the system can trigger an alarm, even when there is no real threat. This mechanism is similar to a smoke detector. It may sound when there is no fire, but it was designed not to fail when fire actually appears. Notice something fundamental. The problem is not the alarm. The problem is the frequency of the alarm. When the system activates rarely, it protects. When it activates constantly, it exhausts. That exhaustion creates a state called hyperalertness. Hyperalertness is a heightened level of vigilance that remains active for long periods. This state may appear as constant tension, excessive attention, a sense of danger, difficulty relaxing, persistent fatigue, a racing mind. Consider another important concept. The window of tolerance. The window of tolerance represents the range in which the nervous system can function in balance. Not in extreme alertness, not in complete shutdown. Within that window, the body can think clearly, respond accurately, relax safely, but when the system remains on alert for too long, that window becomes narrower, and when the window narrows, small stimuli feel like major threats. Small changes feel like significant risks. Small signals feel like danger. This phenomenon is known as neural sensitization. Neural sensitization means the system becomes more reactive, faster, more intense, more sensitive. Not because there is more danger, but because the system learned to protect more strongly. Here is something essential. Sensitivity does not mean weakness. It means adaptation. The system is trying to maintain safety, even when that creates discomfort. Consider an experience many people recognize. A strong reaction to simple situations, unexpected discomfort, tension without a clear reason. That happens because the brain is not evaluating only the present. It is evaluating history. History creates prediction. Prediction creates preparation. Preparation creates the sensation of danger. This process is automatic, silent, continuous. There is an important principle here. The body does not perfectly distinguish between real threat and perceived threat. It reacts to possibility. That reaction protects, but it also consumes energy. That energy consumption is part of what science calls survival economics. Survival economics means the body prioritizes protection over comfort. Always, without exception. Think about something simple. If the system must choose between relaxing and protecting, it chooses protecting, even when that choice is exhausting, even when that choice is uncomfortable, even when that choice seems excessive. Consider another important phenomenon: incomplete shutdown. Incomplete shutdown means the system attempts to relax, but cannot fully switch off. Part of the body rests, another part remains alert. That explains why some people say, "My body is tired, but my mind is still active. My day is over, but my system is still alert." Notice something that completely changes the interpretation. You are not reacting too much. Your system is reacting early. That difference is fundamental because it changes the way we understand the experience. It is not exaggeration. It is anticipation. Consider one essential detail. The longer the system remains on alert, the harder it becomes to return to balance. This happens because the body learns. It learns patterns. It learns responses. It learns protection. That learning creates a state called survival mode. Survival mode is a condition in which the system prioritizes safety above everything else. In that state, the body remains vigilant, the mind remains active, attention stays elevated, energy stays mobilized. That state is useful in situations of risk, but it becomes exhausting when it continues for too long. Notice something important here. Survival mode does not mean constant danger. It means constant preparation. That preparation may be silent, but it is continuous. Consider something many people have never realized. The brain is not trying to scare you, it is trying to protect you, even when that protection feels uncomfortable, even when that protection feels excessive, even when that protection feels unnecessary. Recognize something essential. The sensation of danger is a signal of protection, not a signal of failure. Consider one final point. The nervous system does not need danger to remain alert. It only needs uncertainty. And uncertainty always exists. Think about something simple. If the system detects doubt, it increases vigilance. If it detects unpredictability, it increases attention. If it detects possibility, it increases preparation. This process happens automatically, without decision, without awareness, without control. Something changes completely when you see it this way. You are not imagining danger, you are feeling protection. That sentence summarizes how the system works. So consider the main insights from this video. You may have realized that the brain reacts to the possibility of danger, not only to real danger. You may have understood that the system was designed to react quickly, even before logic, that the brain prefers to generate false alarms, rather than fail in the presence of real risk. At certain moments, it may have become clear that hyper-alertness is a state of prolonged vigilance, a state that protects, but also exhausts. You may also have noticed the importance of the window of tolerance, a range in which the system remains balanced. When that range becomes narrow, small stimuli begin to feel like bigger threats. Perhaps it became evident that neural sensitization makes the system more reactive, faster, more sensitive, and possibly the most important realization of all. The sensation of danger does not mean danger is present. It means the system is prepared. If any of these ideas made sense to you, share in the comments which concept stood out the most. It might have been a sentence, an insight, a concept, or a turning point. Because clarity often begins when we can name what we are feeling. And when you share that realization, someone else may finally understand their own experience. Now, an important question naturally emerges. What happens when the brain stays on alert for too long? When protection becomes routine? When vigilance becomes the default? That is exactly the question we will explore in the next video, because sometimes the problem is not danger. The problem is that the brain never left survival mode.